I'm just doing this video because I'm getting a lot of emails saying, and for Facebook PMs, saying, Ross, I'm just going to leave my RV in harm's way because I have insurance, so who cares? Don't rely on your insurance company. Number one, you don't want your deductibles to go up. You don't want your monthly payments to go up if you do a claim. Number two is if you're going to take that kind of attitude, they're going to tell you, why didn't you move your RV? It's a hurricane. You had notice. You had 5 days notice. Why didn't you move it? I want to know. Before I give you this money for this RV, I want to know why you didn't move the RV. It would make sense. You did have a notice. It's not a tornado. It's a hurricane. Do I think this hurricane is going to be very large? I think it's going to be a monster. It's going to hit Florida. And I'm not saying that lightly. I'm saying that it's going to be a big hurricane. And you can get out of its way, period. I think my parents are next to Stuart, Florida on the East Coast. And I think it's going to move. The hurricane's going to move north. I think from Cocoa or above, that's where you want to be careful. It could go from Wilmington, South Carolina or North Carolina, all the way down to Miami. We have no clue. It's going to hit the coast and it's going to hit it hard. This thing's growing. It's going through an eye wall change and it's going to grow and grow and grow. I really think, because there's nothing stopping it. No wind shear. The air is not dry anymore. It's coming into moist air and the waters are so warm it's unbelievable. It's like a recipe for a huge Andrew storm. Jane, Francis, whatever you want to call it, Wilma, Hugo. It's going to be a big one. I would definitely recommend getting your RV out of harm's way. If you have to keep your RV in the way of the storm, you can actually get these trailer ties for mobile homes. The ties that go down to like $14 at Lowe's or Home Depot, and they can go in an angle. So if your RV's here, you put the ties in an angle, you screw them in, and then you can get like a come along or a strap and strap them down, and strap your RV down. You can just put it on the frame of the RV. That would help it from flipping, rolling over. I'd keep your slides in and I'd keep your water tanks full. Your fresh water tank, fill it up because that's like 500 pounds and it holds you to the ground more. It's low center of gravity. Maybe you could take some of the air out of your tires, bring it down, and bring your jacks up to stabilize it, and keep it heavy, low, and stabilized. That's the way to do it. If you can't move it. If you don't have the funds to move it, if you don't have the funds, or you don't have the time, or you're not there, and you have someone else strap this thing down, do what you have to do. But just don't put an insurance claim in thinking you're going to get full amount for that RV, because 9 out of 10 times they don't give you the full amount for anything these days. Especially in a hurricane, and good luck trying to get the money. It might take you 3 or 4 months. So I really think that just be prepared, get your water, gas. We used to chase hurricanes for a living. That's why I can kind of say this. And we fix RVs for a living. We were full-time for 4 years. Now we're doing RV repair, the Camper Pros. And we still ran suncam.tv. We ran that for years. We used to chase hurricanes, like I said. So we lived in Florida for like 24 years, 25 years. So we kind of know what we're talking about with hurricanes. If it's a category 2, I probably wouldn't worry about much. 3, it might not take your roof off if you have a newer home or it's block. A 4 or 5, that's when you gotta just get out of the way. It's coming through and you're pretty screwed. But you have to be unlucky. You have to be that one unlucky person where it goes, I think it's gonna go from Cocoa Beach on. I don't think it's gonna go, my parents are in Stuart, Florida on the East Coast, and I don't think it's gonna hit them. I think it's gonna go north because they keep moving this thing north. And I just had a feeling from 2 days ago it's gonna go north of them. So that's what I think it's gonna do. So if you're in from Cocoa Beach up to Jacksonville in that range of Florida, that's where you have to really be careful because that can come through. So weigh your RV down. Don't rely on insurance. Thank goodness you have insurance, but don't rely on it, especially flood. I don't know if they cover for flood insurance. I don't think they do. So if something floods, your RV floods, you're not covered unless you have flood insurance. So be prepared. A lot of times they won't cover the RVs for that. And they're gonna fight you. And then you're going to spend months trying to get your money because it's a hurricane. Everybody's putting claims in. So get out of harm's way. Don't get your insurance deductible up and your monthly payments up later on for putting a claim in. It's not worth it. Spend the fuel and time to get that RV out of the way. That's probably where you're going to make the best bang for your money. Some people get lucky and get a lot of money for their RV. It gets trashed. It wasn't worth anything. It was all leaking anyways. I understand that. But it's not a good thing to do. It's not a good habit to put something in harm's way and expect insurance to pay for it. Insurance is there if you need it, if you can, it's an absolute emergency, disaster, and you could not control it. Hurricane, you have time to control it. They give you 5 days notice. It's not like a tornado. You have time. I asked a couple people online, what are you doing with your RV? And they say, I'll just let the insurance pay for it. And I think that's a real crappy way to go. That's not really good. You're going to lose in the long run. So don't do that. Have a good one. Share this video to everybody you know. Hit the bell so you can get notifications on the other videos because we know what we're talking about a little bit, I think. And go from there. Have a good one. Like and share and subscribe, guys. We need those subscribers. Thanks.